we have another very, very insightful keynote address. And for that, may I invite upon stage Mr. Anuj Kapur, Vice President and Head of India for Iron Mountain, to deliver this keynote address and enlighten the audience with your valuable perspectives, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Dun & Bradstreet, for putting this together. And I think Arun gave a great presentation with a lot of data, a lot of figures. I'm going to try and match up to that to say what is it that creates some of that data, and where is this data lying, and why data is the next oil, right? So we are Iron Mountain. I'll talk a little bit about how we are relevant to this whole getting and gearing up for Amrit Kal. I think we are in a very interesting time in a country that is actually going through a transformation itself, and it's an amazing experience to be a part of that. And I think each one of us in the room are contributing towards it. So I think the pressures that confront us every day in this whole piece is economic challenges, climate, securing when data comes, securing that data, compliance, mergers and acquisitions. And I think at the end of it, we're also trying to go paperless in as much as we do. I think I started my career almost 35 years ago, and we were talking about paperless office back then, and we still talk about it. So I think that journey has come a long way, and it will continue to be part of the pressures. But as we get into data and we elevate the power of our work with data, I think digital transformation tends to be a buzzword that means a lot of things to a lot of people. But in the context of my talk for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to be talking about how we help you move from physical to digital, and be able to leverage data that is lying in both physical and digital. But the moment you say data, data security, IT security, both in physical form and digital form, forms an important part of the element. ESG, or the environment and sustainability, forms a very important part of whether you are keeping data in digital form or in physical form. And ultimately, the workplace evolution is transforming the way we work, transforming the way what we need, and optimize anywhere, anytime workspaces, real estate investments, changing the drive we do, OPEX, etc., etc. So I think some of the challenges that we face, and today, is accessing information. So when I took a look at government and PSU departments, I think we tend to keep this in silos. We tend to keep it scattered. It's lying in physical paper form somewhere. It's lying in digital form somewhere. You're possibly giving the same information multiple times, and I think that access, if it becomes ubiquitous, clearly is one of the challenges to solve. Manual processing, I think while we have become very digital, I think e-governance has really come a long way over the last few decades, but we still have manual intervention, which is always required, particularly when it comes to legacy data, and that's the other challenge. Compliance, I think we need to strictly follow compliances, audits, etc. And if we can solve that, it will make life a lot simpler. And again, disconnected data, where we present data in multiple location, use multiple systems, use data available, and and I think each one of this room can resonate with some of these challenges that you might already be experiencing. And if you could access that data from everywhere, it shouldn't matter whether it's lying in physical or digital form, but if the data is there, you should be able to have access to it on your fingertips. If you are able to have security and governance strategies that not need to keep you awake at night, and have strict protocols in place for document handling as well as the data handling, it would make life a lot simpler. If you had automated workflows using artificial intelligence, which is now available, we hear Gen AI, we hear a lot of certain things, that can make our life so much better and prepare ourselves for the next 25 years that we are doing. And I think last but not the least, information from data, wherever it is lying, to be leveraged, brought together, and helps with analytics all the time. And I think throughout my presentation, you'll hear about data lying in physical form and digital form coming together, which is extremely critical. A little bit about Iron Mountain. We are a company with a revenue of $5 billion, headquartered out of Boston on the New York Stock Exchange. We operate in about 60 plus countries. 95% of Fortune 1000 are our customers. We help governments and public sectors all over the world with the various services that we offer. We are a US company, so obviously the US government is a very large part of our government and public sector work. But in terms of businesses, we help with I think we started 70 years ago with physical storage. So if you look at the track down there, actual physical storage of documents in warehouses, is where we started from. More than 50% of our revenue still come from that, and we allow for complete life cycle management of that document storage. I'll talk a little bit about that. We do digital processes like digital mailroom, digital scanning, run processes for companies. We do life cycle management of assets, etc., etc. So I think we have been helping customers with their physical data in physical form, and now we've taken it to the next stage of going digital. So in India, we came about a decade and a half ago. We have about 70 facilities in 22 cities of India, more than 2,200 customers, a lot of public sectors, a lot of government agencies. If any of you have gone to a recent CIT of income tax, I think their offices have become more clean because all those paper got put into boxes and went into our warehouses. And a lot of the public sector banks, and of course the private sector is there too. And anything that we do in India is in line with what we have anywhere in the world. So all our facilities are compliant. So that's a physical part of our business. We've also gone to the other end of the digital part of our business. We've opened 6 data centers in India. The WebWorks, which is a JV that we have in India, we invested $150 million 2 years ago. They had 3 data centers. We've increased 3 more. So we are today with about a 15 megawatt capacity in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune, 2 centers in Bombay and Noida, and we continue to expand that business. We've done, I think we store something like 2,700 crore pages of paper in my last count in these warehouses. So all this has very, very valuable data in there. And I think that's why I talk about, while we provide services in the digital area, there is very valuable data lying in physical form. And if we can combine that and provide analytics where you can get some of that data on demand, I think the prospects are unlimited. So what do? We help you protect what matters most, and more importantly, it is data, and we get trusted by our customers for that. We help unlock value from that data, and we help you transform the way you do your business, and how you can take it forward. So it will be digital solutions, asset lifecycle management solutions, workplace, and data centers. So I talked a little bit about data lying in physical form. So these warehouses which have boxes with paper in them actually also has metadata that comes on an online platform. It also comes on a web app, and in which case there is some element of what's in that document already available in digital form, and there is a lot of data that's lying in physical or native digital form that we can marry together. And of course, it cleans up the offices. It takes away fire hazards. It makes sure you get a document when you need it, very quickly. You can actually get a scan within a few hours. You just put a request on a portal. Somebody goes to the box, takes out the piece, scans it, and gives it to you. So it's available on your fingertips, even if it's lying, in a warehouse some miles away. If I was to look at the other physical side of our business, it becomes a digital physical side, which is the data center. So we have data centers where we allow you to now, instead of keeping paper, we help you to put your servers. So there are racks available. You put your own servers. You don't necessarily have to keep servers in your own office in the most prime locations. You're keeping it there. It gives you very high level of connectivity into the internet, very high level of data security, as well as interconnecting into hyperscalers. So co-location, becomes extremely valuable. The other piece is, when you talk about IT assets, you're actually talking about life cycle management of IT assets. When you're talking about paper, you're talking about life cycle management of paper. So I talked about sustainability. I think we help customers make sure not only do we store paper, but we shred it. So can we tell you to tell the life cycle, this is 8 years, 9 years, whatever is the legality needed, and we shred it for you. We do the same for IT assets. As the IT asset comes to an end, I think what we don't realize is we all talk of cybersecurity, but we don't realize there is data available in physical form. It's available in paper, it's available in laptops, it's available in a printer as well, anything which has data. And when you are doing the life cycle management, that data, you need to make sure it doesn't go to a landfill, and we give zero landfill disposition on the IT assets that we do. And of course, we help them move that into a data center, move it into a cloud, as the case may be. Same for tapes. We hold tapes in our warehouses for people. Tapes are getting end of life, so we kind of help you shred them and make them recycled and move them to cloud. I'll spend 2 minutes on more the digital part of it, which is what I talked about right in the beginning, where we help you unlock business value from your data, and I talked about that. So you've got workflow automation that can happen right from physical all the way to digital. So knowing that you've got human generated content, application generated content, we've got a record center which has got physical paper, you've got stuff in tapes and all that can form one data lake, which then gives you an insight platform, which is a content services platform, which gives you visualization, it gives you workflow, it gives you internet collaboration between various departments, as well as allows you policy, because even in data, you need to purge out data after it is life is done. Otherwise, data is also an ESG hazard, because the more amount of data you're keeping in data centers, the more amount of servers you're keeping, that much more power is getting generated, and etc., etc., etc. And on top of that, we basically help bring this physical and digital together into one data lake, use AI/ML based analytics, and make you a lot more effective. So imagine if in a government department or in a public sector, right from your record room till the time you have native digital is all available on your fingertips. Where is a file? Where is it in a physical form? What have I got? Which file is a digital form? If I have talking about one company, I do one search and I know how many instances of conversations have happened with that organization or that topic. And when there is there's a question from Parliament, or there is a audit, or there is a any other piece, you are able to quickly retrieve that and get it in. And if it's in a file, even then it's lying in shelf number 5, file number 2, and you can just pull it out and give it in. And we try to work with various parts of the government to build that and build a combination of an e-office with a file management system and a digital native piece. And I'll give you a little bit of a peek of that in a short minute video for your reference.
With the explosion of data across industries, many organizations struggle to classify, access, and make use of the full value of their data. Iron Mountain Insight is a cloud-native content services platform that helps organizations unlock insights with the ability to easily import, automatically classify, and seamlessly access and analyze information. While most information is now digital, many companies still have the need to access data in physical records as well. To uncover the value hidden in that data, Iron Mountain Insight supports data ingestion from a wide variety of sources. From paper documents to video footage, both physical and digital data sources are easily imported into Iron Mountain Insight. Machine learning-based classification and extraction is then applied, which adds structure, context, and metadata to the information to make it more usable. This allows users to effortlessly search for contracts, invoices, images, and more. Then organize the results as a collection that can be recalled instantly when needed. The platform utilizes both text and visual classification to enable features such as face recognition, as well as recognizing documents that are duplicates. Users can intelligently search across documents like spreadsheets, improve privacy, security, and compliance with the ability to identify and obfuscate sensitive information, such as PII, and control access, as well as apply appropriate policies. Users can even access relevant information for a given geographical location, all in just seconds. If you don't know what you have, you might be missing new revenue opportunities and cost savings. Unlock the potential of your information with Iron Mountain Insight. To learn more, please contact us today.
Yeah, so I think it reminds me of my dad when I was a kid, and he would manage some documents even in the house. He was an army man, fought 3 wars for India, but even then there were a number of files that were lying at home, and he would use the word kagas ki ladai. He would say that, hey, this is like, you have to manage your paper, you have to, and whenever you needed something, even in a small house, you kind of went in, looked around this cupboard and that cupboard, and you finally found that return that you were looking for, right? And I think today, if we have to go to the next generation of next 25 years, I think that kagas ki ladai is still going on in government and public sector way more than it's in the corporate sector. I think as we larger organizations have cracked it, as we go down, there is still so much to be done. And we as Iron Mountain specialize in helping people move from physical to digital. And during that phase, combining the two worlds, because they will coexist. I mean, they will not be complete digital. We are no longer complete physical. So having a combination of both available to you at your fingertips is extremely critical. So I think if I come to some specifics as I try to conclude my talk, I think the government public sector needs include things like fraud detection, they include like law enforcement, they include smart cities that are coming in. I think there's a lot of initiatives that are coming in each of these areas. On the culture side, we do a lot of work for art, archives. We kind of help the US archives in putting up all their artifacts, into digital form. We actually keep art for people in the world, in various parts of the world. Public health is an area we've helped a lot of governments. Citizen records, I think we've done a tremendous work with Aadhaar, but there is still a lot of stuff, whether it's land records, whether it is other citizen areas which are still in digital form. And I think trying to bring all of that, I think the new stuff's already happening in digital form. Some of the old stuff is in physical form, and we can definitely see that when you bring that together, is going to be extremely powerful. And as we confront pressures every day, the rules, regulations, we just got the new data protection bill coming out. There'll be new rules coming out of it. You need professionals to be able to help you to make sure that PII information is kept in the right way. Aadhaar is must. I mean, there are very simple stuff. Managing your goals. Securing the data. I think that's most critical. And data being in silos. How do you bring it all together? And then finally moving to cloud or moving to a co-location. As we move along. So we help you manage and maximize the use of information, data, assets across the life cycle. Whatever it is, wherever it's located, however it is stored. So the journey together would be really, started from paper records, is going to digital files, but there is a journey in the middle where we have this intelligent content services platform, which gives data protection, multi-layered storage, as well as the AI-powered integrated workflow, which can be very, very specific to your needs. So it breaks down the silos, drives efficiencies, as well as creates value for the data that you have. So I think the core mantra is protect, unlock, and transform. Drive efficiencies, do things faster, improve your information governance, reduce, of course, budgets, etc., as well as secure the data, and rethink how we want to do business if we want to make the next 2.5 decades really, really different. I think we've seen immense transformation in government and public sector already, but there's so much more to come, and getting us, ready and gearing up for the Amrit Kal, and we are here to support. Thank you so much.